Hello and welcome back to our daily news report. Here's a look at the top news stories making headlines today. Starting off with the significant political development, the Supreme Court weighed in on the mudsliding between the BJP and Trinamool Congress in West Bengal. The court has found BJP's advertisements against Trinamool Congress to be disrespectful on the face of it, stating that such negative campaigning harms voters' interests by degenerating the quality of election debates. The justices highlighted that elections are supposed to be a platform for parties to showcase their vision, not an occasion to attack their opponents with baseless accusations. The Kolkata High Court has previously issued an injustice against these derogatory advertisements, a decision that Supreme Court also maintained. The court made it clear while political rivals exist, they should not be treated as enemies. Instead, parties should focus on promoting their own positive attributes. The BJP, however, defends the ads, claiming they were based on facts. Legal proceedings are still ongoing, with Remal approaching both the Election Commission and the High Court against the ads. The BJP has expressed intent to appear before the Election Commission to contest the charges. Moving on, Prajwal Revanna, Hassan MP and son of former Karnataka Chief Minister H.D. Kumaraswamy, is facing serious allegations of sexual assault. He has strongly denied these charges, calling them a conspiracy to derail his political career. Revanna plans to present himself before the Special Investigation Team tomorrow, May 31st, and cooperate fully with the investigation. He claims he was unaware of allegations until he left on a pre-planned trip abroad. While speculation suggests Germany as his possible location, his whereabouts remain unknown, prompting the state government to seek the cancellation of his diplomatic passport and issue a blue-collar notice, potentially resulting in his detention upon re-entry to India. Set to compete against Congress nominee Shreyas Patel in the upcoming election, Revanna faces a significant blow to his political aspirations as his party, the JDS, has suspended him in connection with the ongoing case. The allegations came to light after explicit videos surfaced online, leading to a SIT being established to investigate the allegations. Despite appeals from his family, he maintains his innocence and has not publicly addressed the accusations directly. Instead, he has focused on criticizing the Congress government's inaction on other matters. In a tragic incident from Delhi, a devastating blaze at the Baby Care Newborn Child Hospital in Vivek Vihar resulted in the deaths of 7 newborns and injuries to 5 others. The fire was exacerbated by the presence of 27 oxygen cylinders, 5 of which exploded during the incident. Alarmingly, the hospital lacked basic fire safety measures, including emergency exits, functioning fire extinguishers, and operational fire alarms or sprinkler systems. It appears residents had reportedly warned authorities about these safety hazards, but no action was taken. In response to this tragedy, the Delhi government has mandated all hospitals to complete fire safety audits by June 8 and has ordered random checks to ensure this. The health minister also proposed bravery awards for the nurses and residents who risked their lives trying to save infants during the fire. Shifting our focus to Gujarat, the fallout from a fire tragedy at a gaming zone in Rajkot has drawn severe criticism from the Gujarat High Court. The court expressed a lack of confidence in the state machinery, citing their failure to monitor the construction and operation of such a large structure with high activity levels. Dismissing State Council suggestions of collision with operators, the court acknowledged the Rajkot Municipal Corporation's admission that the structure lacked proper approval. Responding swiftly to the court's critique, the government has replaced the municipal commissioner and police commissioner. Furthermore, the additional commissioner of police has also been suspended and 7 other officials have been held accountable for their negligence. This incident highlights the critical need for diligent oversight and accountability in public safety matters to prevent such avoidable tragedies. Now we turn to the aftermath of Cyclone Remal in South Bengal, as the cyclone's impact resulted in deaths of 6 people, destruction of over 2,500 houses, and damage to 27,000 more. The cyclone also caused widespread destruction of electrical poles and trees, leading to severe disruptions. The cyclone, with wind speeds reaching 120 km per hour, caused widespread damage and loss of life, with more than 200,000 people evacuated to safer locations as a precautionary measure. Kolkata experienced significant rainfall, leading to severe waterlogging and disruption of public transport services. In the aftermath, disaster management team has also been deployed to clear debris, restore essential services, and help those affected by the cyclone. Flight operations at Kolkata's airport, which was suspended for 21 hours, have also resumed. Relief efforts are underway to provide food, shelter, and medical care to those in need. In a shocking incident from Bangalore, Abdul Malik Muhammad Yunus Isa, a former mayor and prominent leader of the All India Majlis Ittehadul Muslimin, was shot by 2 unidentified assailants in a motorbike. The attack occurred at 1:20 am outside a shop on the Mumbai-Agra highway. Mr. Isa is currently hospitalized in Nasik after sustaining critical injuries to his chest, hand, and thigh. The assailants remain unidentified for now, and the police have registered a case of attempted murder. AIMIM leader Muhammad Ismail Abdul Khalik has criticized the local law enforcement, suggesting a deteriorating law and order situation in Bangalore. He also hinted at a possible political move behind the attack and demanded a swift action to bring the perpetrators to justice. Asaduddin Owaisi, the AIMIM president, has expressed solidarity with Mr. Isa's family and urged the Maharashtra government to take prompt and decisive action. Turning to the Middle East, international outrage has erupted following a deadly Israeli airstrike on a tent camp in Rafah, Gaza. The late-night attack resulted in a massive fire and claimed the lives of at least 45 people, including women, children, and elderly individuals. Israel maintains they targeted Hamas commanders but acknowledged it was a tragic accident. However, survivors paint a horrifying picture of families caught off guard while preparing for sleep. The attack occurred in Tel al-Sultan, a neighborhood sheltering thousands of civilians fleeing the ongoing Israeli ground offensive in eastern Rafah. World leaders from France, Turkey, and Italy condemned the strike as barbaric and demanded an immediate halt to such operations. Humanitarian concerns are at an all-time high, and concerns have been raised about the lack of safety areas for Palestinian civilians and the need for full adherence to international law. The United States urged Israel to prioritize avoiding civilian casualties and emphasize active engagement with the Israeli Defense Forces to assess the situation. Other nations like Italy stress the long-term consequences of such bombings, highlighting the potential for lasting hatred and instability, while Turkish President pledged to hold Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu accountable for these airstrikes. Tragically, this attack pushes the Palestinian death toll in this conflict above 36,000, with most of them being civilians. Moving on, in Papua New Guinea's mountainous Enga province, a catastrophic landslide in Yambali village has left over 2,000 people feared buried alive, causing widespread devastation. Having tripled its initial casual estimate of 670, the government has officially requested international assistance from the United Nations as only 6 bodies have been recovered thus far. Communication and access to the village remain a major challenge, with the lack of telecommunication networks and the presence of tribal warfare further hindering relief efforts. Official population estimates vary significantly, with the government suggesting 10 million and a UN study indicating 17 million people could be affected. Rescue operations have been hampered, requiring military escorts to aid convoys to navigate the treacherous terrain. In East Asia, tensions between the United States and China are simmering once again as US delegation led by Representative Michael McCall, head of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, has reaffirmed US support for Taiwan amid ongoing Chinese aggression. This visit came shortly after the inauguration of Taiwan's new president, Lai Ching-te, and McCall and his colleagues expressed strong support for Taiwan during their meetings. Interestingly, China responded with large-scale military drills involving warships and fighter jets encircling Taiwan shortly after Lai's inauguration. China claims Taiwan as its own territory and reserves the right to use force to achieve unification. McCall denounced these actions as intimidation tactics, comparing them to destabilizing moves by other world leaders. The bipartisan delegation's visit has drawn strong opposition from Beijing, who retain their firm objection to any foreign interference in Taiwan's affairs. Finally, in a seemingly contradictory development, China's Premier Li Qiang met with South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida in Seoul. The leaders agreed to revive cooperation on economic issues and promote cultural exchanges between their nations. Discussions focused on establishing secure supply chains and tracking environmental and health challenges of mutual concern. Notably, Japan will host the next additional summit, underlining their commitment to regional cooperation. However, primarily expressed concerns about the growing security partnership between Japan and South Korea with the US, viewing these as attempts to contain China. Experts suggest China might attempt to leverage these traditional meetings as a bridge for smoother relations with its neighbors while simultaneously pressing them to limit their alignment with the US. And that concludes our today's news report. Stay tuned for more updates and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. This is Chronicle Daily, signing off.